We are heading for Gbanga, the capital city of Gbanga County, one of the 15 political subdivisions of Liberia. We are going to meet Mr. Steve Trusler, an American physician assistant who managed to open and is running the physician assistant program in that part of the country. It's actually a new institution, new in the sense that it was opened in 2012. They had just put up the first graduates. The second prospective graduates are currently on their rural affiliation, and hopefully they will be graduating anytime from now. So it's a new institution that is training manpower to provide services to the needed population in Liberia and the world alike.
You know, we applied with the government, with the Ministry of Higher Education. We actually applied for a bachelor's degree. And I'm not sure why, but they come out, the day they called us and told us to come in to have a meeting, that their program was accepted. They slammed their hands down and said, "We're happy to tell you your program has been accepted at the associate's degree level." Well, I was so thrilled to hear that it was accepted, I wasn't going to argue with them. But then eventually I told them, you know, we applied for the bachelor's degree. So their statement back to me was, well, could you start at the associates and maybe one day we can upgrade it to a bachelor's. So now I'm happy, actually, to be honest with you. I think it was from God that it was associate's degree, because all the students who graduated in the first class, none of them that I know of had any college. So if it was a bachelor's degree program, none of them would have even been able to get into the program. Because the students we're accepting now, we can accept out of high school graduate, past the Y Act. And so even with the class we have now, that's who we have in. And we're just thankful that they did well. They passed their boards, they all worked. And I'm trusting that the same thing will happen with this class. I ran into a boy that grew up in my home church. He's just not a part of our church now, but he came up to me after the service and he said, "The Lord's laid on my heart to come to the library to help you." And I said, "That's great, what do you do?" And he said, "I do construction." I said, "I'd love for you to come to the library, but I have no money for construction." And he said, "Don't worry about it. If we decide to come, we pay for it. And the building you're in now is a result of that. They came and built this PA building for us." Wow. Pretty impressive. And that's God doing that. And so we have this building, one across the road you'll see, and we'll show you around. We have 2 classrooms in this building. This is one of them. This is where we do the clinical, where we train them to do physical exams, things like that. We have models. We have the sink there, we clean it all off, where we can have people from the lab come over and teach them how to do the malaria slides, things like that. So this is mostly the clinical side right over here. The other side is where we have our formal classes and across the way. So that's what, this is also kind of our library. And yeah. So
and this fits about 40 students?
The current class is still 20. Yeah. We're hoping to 30 to 35 for the next class. That's what we're hoping. We're getting pressure to go to the max, and now I'm thinking it go small. Not to try to overdo it. I don't know. I just want to try to keep things under control.
So these are the models over here.
Yes, this is the model of the human from the chest and the heart and the lungs and the abdomen and the internal organs, you know. And you get the spine, the brain, the heart, kidney. You get models of everything practically. Inside this is a quality specimen of the brain. You can see, and then we got another one over here of the brain. And then the heart, you can take it apart and look at it in more detail. It's a little bit small, but it's in detail. And so we have those. We have a skeleton across in the other building, not here. And we have these are full of books. So we have a lot of books that were donated to us, and we've been giving books to TNMIA. Every year we take a few books down and give to them to help them out.
Really?
Yeah.
And can you tell me about how you went through the program a little bit?
Yeah, medical school is not easy. It's challenging. You got to do a lot of reading. And God bless our institution. It's not like where you have to go look for a book. As you can see, we got a lot of books in the stock and a lot here. So you just have to make time. But you know, in Africa, let me just say in Africa, in Liberia, we are not used to that way of reading. You know, reading was our problem. To put time to reading. Every time you used to, last year you gotta be there, you gotta go there, you gotta go there, you gotta go there, you know. So the challenges will always be there. It will not finish. Even when you graduate, the world is changing every day. You gotta be up to date. You gotta be up to date with your prescription and things. So you gotta make research, you gotta go through your phone and check and see what is happening. So it's always a learning thing, the PA work, that's why I see it. It's not something where you do and just rest. It's not easy. Then you can't be a kind of PA that will be up to standard. If you just want to sit and rest, it's not possible.
So the PA has to be a curious type of person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The organization that we're affiliated with here is called the African Fundamental Baptist Mission, and they own the land, so the land didn't cost us anything. We're associated with the clinic or the health center that you just passed over here. That's a health center next door. In fact, today and yesterday they were doing hernia repairs. We have a doctor that comes about every 6 to 8 weeks and does hernia repairs, just to help out the community. And rather than have to go to Phoebe or another hospital, they can come here and get it done. So we kind of close the clinic to open to emergencies, but otherwise do the surgeries there. And so they own this land over to those trees and across the way over to here, so there's more room to develop. We're trusting that one of these days maybe we can get a bigger building right out in here that we can have more, where we could have conferences and hold 150 to 200 people. And then we wouldn't have limitations on how big our classes would be. Students do some of their earlier work here, and they come back and do rotations here. They volunteer here when they're off in between, even some affiliations. They come here and hang out and do work.
Okay.
Some have been employed here too.
Yeah, well, we have graduates who are working here full time. Doing your way if you want. Honey, how are you? Annette, how are you doing?
Fine, Bradley. You lost my milk. Fine. I give you.
This is, come on, you're doing fine, thank you. This is where the clinic starts in the morning. People come here and hang out here and get registered. And usually the porch is filled in the mornings. And we get them registered, take them in 2 or 4 at a time to get their vital signs done and put them on the benches. Then we call them into the rooms. And I'll show you the rest of our Jeanette, one of our girls that works here in the vital sign table and in the pharmacy. She's worked here for quite a while. She's applying to our Jeanette. She's applying to our PA program. So.
Oh, okay. Good luck.
Okay, thank you.
So this is where they come after they get the vital signs taken.
Yeah, we got one more.
This is the room they do the surgeries in. There's a surgical table. They clean the room out the day before and scrub it all down. Bring the sterile plies in and get them set up for the surgeries, and the surgeon kind of takes over until he's done. Does them one at a time. How many did they do this last time, Aaron?
Huh?
How many surgeries did they do recently?
We did 12.
12. Okay, 12 annual hernias, right?
Uninterrupted.
Yeah.
And the PA's assist.
No. He may have somebody that comes, but it would be a good thing for our students to start doing, but it's kind of hard. I mean, they're out in the mostly on affiliations now. Again, the one Jerry's probably not too far away. That's why he's back. But it'd be hard to kind of organize that as a routine thing.
So
We might try to do that. It's a good point. We can maybe try to get that done, but even like right now, there's none of our students are around.
Okay.
Again, this is one of our students, Jerry. He's here just to volunteer. He's probably, and he's probably at one of the clinics in Gbanga that's not far away. So he's able to come back home. And this is our main pharmacy here. The treater sees them, usually sends the patients to the lab. When the labs are done, they come back in, they write their prescriptions, and they take their prescription thing back to the registrar, get billed for the prescriptions, then come to her and she gives them the medicine. We stock some of the medicine. All the stuff that's in here is free drugs that have been given to us from different organizations like Christian Aid Mission. They give drugs to us free, and they're free to the people who need them. We don't charge for them. The employees' locker room. This is our lab. The lab does a great job. This is a lab. That's supposed to be sleeping lab. Come on, wake up. And
not busy now, huh?
so we do malaria smears, hemoglobin, we do urines, we do stool specimens, we check for hepatitis, we can do TB screening, we can do pregnancy testing. There's a lot that we do. We can do check for sickle cell. The lab slips. This thing is lined with the lab slips. Starting on Monday, it dwindles as the week goes on, but starting on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, this place is loaded with lab slips, and these guys work hard all day long getting the lab stuff done. And then we got 1, 2, 3, 4 short stay rooms, we call them. And I'll put them on here and show you. 2 beds in each room, 2 beds in each room. And they can be admitted here and stay.
Okay.
And so we have a number of these. How many beds total, Harris? 10?
12 of them.
Okay. And these are some gentlemen here, like Exodus, one of our gentlemen from Bolobla, who is the teacher and preacher at Bolobla, one of our churches that we have with us. He come to get the hernia repair. So we're touching people's lives one hernia at a time. That's the thing to do. Good. I'd like to add that we're proud of Philip, the job that he's done as a PA, and we're challenging our other students. We have a lot of students who've done really good jobs, who've started churches along with their missionary or PA work, have really done a good job, and a lot of them have been selected out of the regular PA clinical practices to go into working with the government, higher positions, and we're happy about that because they wouldn't be selected if they weren't happy with them. And so we're thrilled about all that. We're just excited. We just want to try to continue what we're doing. You know, we certainly can improve. We want to do that. We want to improve, but we're really happy with what God's done with our program, and we just trust it'll continue.
Just want to contribute something to Liberian health.
Sure, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, Liberia leads the world practically in maternal and infant mortality. You know, and there's things that we can do about that. You know, we have a strong emphasis on our program. We have every trimester, we have 2 clinical medicine classes that are taught by the doctors locally here. We have very good instructors for our program. They're Liberians, they can relate well to our students. And certainly pediatrics and OBGYN are 2 courses, along with infectious diseases, that we really push strongly, because that's what's needed here.